guys, welcome to Tea Time Live with Anita for second quarter. I'm so happy to have you guys here. Thank you for coming. I see you guys are coming in from all over the place. We've got California. Hey, neighbor. We got Texas. Oh my goodness. Richmond, Virginia, North Carolina, Ohio, Jacksonville, Florida. Oh my gosh. Yes, Alabama. Come on in the house, y'all. Yes, Pomona. Hey, neighbor. I'm so glad. We got Lansing, Michigan. Oh my goodness. Baltimore. Yes, yes, yes. Hey, you guys. Welcome to Tea Time Live. I'm so excited. And whew, for those of you who are part of my private email community, you came through. You guys came through. You submitted so many questions. And yes, of course, you guys all entered the drawings, but my goodness, you guys, there were about, I think, 89 questions submitted. Of course, I won't be able to get through all of them, but I'm going to answer a good number of them. And then I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the rest. I have some ideas. So for those of you who are part of the private email community, you'll be hearing more. Okay. For those of you who are new here, if this is your first time at Anita by Design on my YouTube channel, today is a great day. We are having Tea Time Live with Anita. It's a live Q&A and giveaway. So if you like it here, then maybe you will subscribe and maybe you will join my private email community. So for the rest of you who are already familiar with what's going on, hey, I see you guys still coming in. Hello, hello. Yes, Phoenix, Arizona. So good to see you guys. Okay, so here is how it's going to go. It's going to be the same as last time, but for those of you who were not here last time, we're going to go through the questions. First, they're going to be 7 rounds. I think I have 7 rounds. So we'll have a round of questions and then we'll have a giveaway. Then we'll have another round of questions and a giveaway. But I'm going to start off with what I sewed for second quarter. But before I do that, I want to introduce myself for those of you who are new here, who have never been on my channel. So I'm Anita, and my channel and my blog, my brand is Anita by Design. And I am a sewing instructor. I love, love, love to teach beginners the basics of sewing. And I have an online sewing course that does exactly that. It teaches beginners, people who have never touched a machine before. It helps them to learn the basics, to master the basics so that they will be able to sew a wardrobe that they love, one that they will be proud to wear out in public. I am also an author. Go back. I'm also an author. I wrote a book called Step Into It, Overcoming Trials That Lead to Purpose. And the book was born from a tragedy, several incidents that happened in my life, but the final thing, the reason God called me to write the book was after the death of my husband. So in the book, I talk about the process of stepping into your purpose in the midst and aftermath of devastating life trials, and the 4 steps that I followed, and I helped the reader to understand the process of going through the healing and allowing yourself to do that. I am also a speaker, and I share a message of triumph and hope for those who are going through or have been through devastating life trials. And I love sharing with people because not only does it help me in my healing process, but it really does encourage others to know that you can get through and you will be okay. All right, so now we're going to get into what I sewed for first quarter. And yes, I see people are still coming in, and I see you telling me you're here. Yes, 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 I love it. So I'm going to explain to you guys for the drawings what you will need to do to claim your prize when we get to that part. So make sure you're listening and paying attention to that. So let's see what we got going on. San Antonio, Texas, please show us your outfit. Yes, I'm going to show you. It's coming up. I'm going to show you the whole thing. You guys, I decided at the last minute, to sew something. I had plans to wear something else to tea time today, but yesterday I said, no, I woke up and I had an idea. So I got on my machine and made this cute top, but I'm going to show you guys a little bit later. So, okay. Thank you. Thank you. You like my smile? Thank you so much. That just made me smile even more. Thank you. Okay. So let's see. Let me get back. I saw a comment that I wanted to highlight. Where is it? It was, oh, I can't find it. It had something to do with, okay, well, I'll come back later. All right. Oh, I'm trying to take that down and I can't. Why can't I take it down? Oh, okay. Here we go. All right, you guys, okay. All right, so let's get into what I sold for first or second quarter. First, let's bring up Vogue. I can't see. Let me get my glasses. And I didn't bring them in here. Lord Jesus. Okay, here we go. Vogue 8649. And that is this one. And this is an older pattern. I am sewing this year for the year 2022. My goal is to sew 22 patterns that I already have in my stash, older patterns, because I have so many. And I'm trying not to buy a whole bunch of other patterns before I sew. I mean, I'm buying a few, but not a whole bunch. So this is one that I sewed, and I'm going to show you guys this one. I used this cute floral brushed poly knit, and I actually made this one to wear to one of my spiritual daughter's weddings. She got married, and actually she got married during the pandemic, that they didn't get to have a wedding, so they had one this year. And yes, this is what I wore, and I absolutely love, love, love it. So that was one. And then the next one I sewed was the Kilo Wrap dress. This is from Named Patterns. I absolutely love this dress. This one I made for Mother's Day. And I chose this fabric because it was in my fabric collection and I've had it for a really long time. It's another brushed poly knit, and I love the color. It's a coral. You can't really see the true color here on this picture, but it's a coral with beautiful florals, and I just, it is so beautiful. And then I made another kilo with this lightweight sweater knit, and oh my gosh, I love it. I made this one actually to wear to a tea party, and it was like the hit. Everybody loved it, and I love it too. Of course, I had to put my hat on with it. So yes, that was the next one. And then I sewed the Zoe tank dress by True Bias. And this one actually was a house dress. I made it for a house dress. So I kind of, lounge around the house in it, but I've also worn it out to run errands, like go to the grocery store. And it is very, very comfortable. So that was my first Zoe tank. And then I made another Zoe tank dress with another brush poly knit. The first version was a brush poly knit also. So this one I made longer. I extended the length, and just love it, love it, love it. The pattern or the fabric is just absolutely stunning. And then the next pattern is McCall's 8035. You guys may remember this one because I just did a sew along. This is the cute little maxi dress that I did in the mustard yellow color. So this was that one, and I'll show you the picture for anyone who did not see. So this is the dress I made, and I used a gauze, a bubble gauze. And oh my gosh, it is so cute and comfortable, and you can see how I styled it with different options. I like tying it at the bottom, the little knot, and I was still able to walk after tying the knot on the side. I just closed up that slit a little, and it's just so nice. And then to dress it down here was really comfortable. So that was the next one. And then I sewed McCall's 8150. Now this one is a little different than what I typically wear, but I just wanted to try it out. I did the tiered option here, the long 4-tiered skirt, and I'll show you that one right here. And I made this one for Easter Sunday this year, and I wore it to church. So it's cute. It's not something I would typically wear, but I just wanted to try it. And I used bubble gauze fabric again for this one with the different tiers. So love that one. Then the next one was McCall's 7955, and that's what I'm wearing now. It's this beautiful off-shoulder top. Look at the sleeve, you guys, with the ruffle. I love it. I love it. So let me show you what I'm wearing right now. This is it. So I'm wearing my favorite lace skirt. I wear it all the time. And I love this top. You see the little V right there? So cute. I love the off-shoulder option and then the sleeve with the ruffle. And then there are different options that you can sew. It has a longer version with, you probably can't see that, but it has a longer version with the ruffle on the sleeve and the ruffle on the bottom of the top. And then you have the top where it has no ruffle at all. And then this one that the model is wearing is no, or it's a shorter version. So that's what I sewed for Q2. So now we're gonna get into some questions, but I wanna see what's going on in the chat. Let's see. Very romantic outfit. Ooh, which one was that? Is it the top here? Because I think this is, I think it's very sexy. But thank you. Thank you so much, Margaret. Okay, let's see. You have the pattern. Which one? Is it the top? You have the top SY? Well, honey, you need to sew it. It's easy. It is so easy, you guys. Only 3 pattern pieces. There's a front, the back, and then the ruffle. That's it. And the ties, they call for, the pattern calls for cording for the ruching on the side, but I created my own tie with the fabric because I wanted it to match. But it is a really cute pattern, really easy to sew. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's get into some questions. You guys have submitted a lot, so let's go there. Okay, first group of questions. Do you have any plans to do a live sew workshop in the future, maybe a retreat? And I wanted to answer this question because it is actually something that has been on my mind for a while. Now, I don't know what it's gonna look like. I don't know if it's gonna be an event where we actually come and sew. I don't think so. I don't think I wanna do that type of event. I wanna do something where the Sew Sisters just come together and we just have an amazing time. We don't have to sew, we're just gonna come, we're gonna make outfits and come and have a gala, I don't know which way. I used to say gala. My son said, no, Mom, it's gala. So whatever. We're going to have a party and just have an amazing time. Maybe we'll go to a fabric store and do some shopping and have a nice dinner. So I have some ideas cooking, but yes, I do have plans to do something in the future. I don't know when, but it's on my list of things to do. Okay, next question. I struggle with stitching guidelines. If a pattern requires or suggests a specific type of stitch, I have to Google what the stitch will be. Is there a guide to follow? Same frustration with presser feet. The who, what, when of choosing the right setting. Help. Okay. The first thing I suggest you do is look through your sewer's manual, your sewing machine manual. So you should have your manual. If you don't, then go and Google your sewing machine make and model and try to get a manual, because in a lot of these manuals, I don't know if all of them do it, but Baby Lock does. You know, I sew with Baby Lock machines. And then I have other older machines from different companies and I have their manuals and they include the stitching or some of the stitches in. So for my Baby Lock Soprano, they have pages. You can't really see that up close, but they have like pages of all of the different stitches, the presser foot that you need to use with that particular stitch. They show you what it looks like for all of the different models of that machine. And then for the Baby Lock Zeal, this is the machine that I use in my beginner's sewing course. It's a entry-level machine and they have instructions. Like they show you what the stitch looks like. They show you all of the different settings for or to get that particular stitch. And it just walks you through the process. It tells you which presser foot to use for the particular stitch. So look through your sewing manual. And again, if you don't have it, then find it online. Okay, hope that answers your question. Let's see. What's happening in the chat? Anything about... Okay. Ooh, you guys are going. You guys are moving. Okay, this is great. Almost all machines have online PDF to download. That is great information. So check that out. Go to the website of the machine. that your machine model or the brand of your machine and get a PDF download. That's great information. Thank you so much, Kelly. Okay. I would love to attend the retreat and have some ideas. Ooh, Michelle. Okay, girl. Give me some ideas. Send me an email, contact@Anita by Design. I would love to hear more about it. Okay. Next question. Let's see. Oh, here's another idea that I want to share with you about the stitches. So when you look through your sewer's manual, you can create your own. So here is what I was talking about with the Zeal sewing machine. Their manual shows you everything. It gives you directions on how to set your machine, all of your machine settings for the particular stitch. So this is for overcasting stitch, and you can see that everything is included there. So they give you the information and the directions on how to sew that stitch. If you're sewing a basic zigzag stitch, then again, they tell you what the settings are. They show you what it looks like, you know, which presser foot to use, and then they give you the directions to follow in order to create that. And so what you can do with that, if you don't want to have to wonder what it looks like every time, is create your own samples. You can do it on one sheet, but I did it on separate sheets just to show you. So for a straight stitch, I just created a straight stitch on my machine, and here's what it looks like on the front and on the back. And then if you don't know what the different stitches are, follow the directions in your guide. There is a zigzag stitch, what it looks like on the front and on the back. And I suggest using a different color thread in your bobbin. There is the overcast stitch, shows you what it looks like on the front and on the back. So this is something you can do on your own, following the guidelines in your owner's manual for your particular machine. And then here is the stitch for the knit stretch stitch. Now I did this on cotton fabric, but of course you would do it on knit fabric so that you get the stretch. Okay. And then the next one is the tricot stitch. So however many stitches your machine has, you can create samples for all of them if you want, or just the ones that you're more familiar with or the ones that you use the most. And then there's the straight stretch stitch. So you can see that it's thicker. It looks thicker than the regular straight stitch because it has a built-in stretch when you use that stitch. And then the last one is the buttonhole, the automatic buttonhole stitch. Every machine should have a buttonhole stitch, I think. So yeah, you can do this separately on individual squares like I did, or you can do it all on one piece of fabric and label it, however, you know, whatever works for you. But just make sure that you check your owner's manual, because that's where you're going to find everything or all of the different stitches. Okay, next question. What are the best type of sewing needles to use, organic or regular? You know what? Until you asked this question, I had no idea there were organic needles. I didn't even know that was a thing. So my answer to that question is whatever you feel most comfortable with. If you do all things organic, then use the organic needles, because that's going to make you feel good about the garments that you're making. So I say go with whatever makes you feel more comfortable about what you're going to be wearing. Okay, so hope that helps. Next question. Actually, let's go and see the chat. Gorgeous C, muslin is a good idea to use to practice the stitches. Wow, I would never, yeah, isn't that a great idea? You know, I mean, you would have it there, and then you can take those, if you do them individually, you can take them all and, I don't know, do a hole punch and put a ring around it so you can have it near your machine, or however you want to store them. But I think that's a great idea too. Let's see. Oh, someone said, I found out about organic needles when I had my machine serviced. Thank you. Oh, Roz, that was your question. Oh, really? Okay, that's great. So yeah, I say use the organic if that's, you know, if that's your thing. Okay, next question. Let's see, where are we? Needles, we talked about. Oh. How does one close a dress skirt design that is made with a split? How many inches need to be added so that the dress skirt won't fit too narrow? Now, my answer to this question is you're going to have to do trial and error, but the first thing that comes to my mind is the slash and spread. And I don't know if you're a beginner. If you are a beginner, I say leave it alone and find a pattern that has the width that you want and doesn't have where you won't have to make all of those adjustments. But if you are a little bit more advanced, then use the slash and spread method. And if any of you guys know, if you have a better answer for her, can you please put it in the chat? Because I've never altered my pattern to adjust the slit. So if someone else has done that and you have some feedback, can you please help our sister out? Okay, next question. We're still in, okay. I don't have a cover stitch machine yet. What's the best way to hem a knit garment on a sewing machine? Okay, yes. You can use your zigzag stitch on your regular sewing machine. And I use a narrow zigzag stitch whenever I'm sewing knit on my machine. You don't have to have a serger. The narrow zigzag stitch works just fine. If your machine has other built-in stretch stitches, you can use those also. My suggestion is to always test your stitch on a scrap piece of fabric that you're going to be using for your garment. I do that with every single project that I make. And I've been sewing for a very long time. I still test my stitches. So whichever fabric you're going to use, test the stitch that you're going to use to make sure that it will give you the stretch that you need. Okay, so hope that answers your question. Okay, let's see. Okay, yep. Okay, next question. Let's see. Okay, we have one more question and then a giveaway. When I start a project, I can't stop until I finish. Sometimes the stopping point is early morning. What tips can you give on how to stay or how to step away and refresh, regroup, or regain energy? Listen, you just have to stop sewing. What you can do is set a timer. You can set a timer for however long you want to sew and then just stop at that time. I'm sure you guys are familiar with Brittany J. Jones. Brittany has a system that she used called Sew in 30. If you don't know Brittany, go and find her on YouTube. It's Brittany J. Jones. And she has this process where she will set a timer and she will sew for 30 minutes and then stop. When the timer goes off, she's done. So you can check Brittany out or implement some type of system for yourself where you're going to just stop no matter where you are in your project. That's the only advice I have. Do you guys have any advice for her? Anybody have any advice? Okay, check the chat. Maybe some of the sisters will have some advice for you. All right, next. Oh, it's time for a giveaway. Yes. Okay, so we're going to start with some of my products. I want to start with my stuff first, and then we're going to get into our sponsors. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to be giving away is merch from my store. So I'm going to be giving away a short sleeve t-shirt and a mug of your choice. So you can go over to the website and then click on the shop, or here's the website. It's my Shopify store. So when you click on the shop button, then you will see all of the products that I have. We have mugs, hoodies, long sleeve t-shirts, short sleeve t-shirts. And for the short sleeve t-shirts, we have the loose fitted shirt, and then we have the women's fitted shirt. And then the loose one is like, it's universal, so it's for men and women. Okay, so we have the Jesus and a Sewing, we have I'm a Sew Sister, and then, oh, we have a V-neck for the I'm a Sew Sister. And then we also have the steps: stand, trust, endure, and proceed. So I have chosen a winner, and here is how it's going to work. So listen up. You have to be here. I put this in the emails that you have to be present in order to win. So here's what you're going to do. When I call your name, you're going to say, I'm here in the chat. okay? And I'm gonna have to be looking to make sure that I see you. You're gonna say, I'm here. And if you have to say it more than once, just say it more than once, okay? And then after you let me know that you're here, you're gonna send me an email. Let me put my email in the chat. It's contact@AnitaByDesign. Hold on, why isn't that moving? Okay, it's contact@AnitaByDesign. And the reason I'm having you to contact me is because the last time I found myself chasing people. Did it post? I don't see the post. Okay, let me add it again. Hold on, you guys. Okay. Oh, it's not. Oh, there it is. Okay, so you will contact me and then I will respond to your email. But you have to contact me using the same email address that you used to subscribe to my email community, okay, to my private email community. And when I get your email, I'll reach out to you and give you your information for your prize. Okay, so let's go and choose our first winner. So excited. So let's see, who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Let's go. Okay, I'm looking for you, Anita. I'm looking for you. Somebody said me. Is that you, Anita? If Anita, I need you to say, I'm here. Say, I'm here. Say, I'm here. And when I see that, I will know that you were here and I can come back and check. So Anita, congratulations. Congratulations on winning. And you reach out to me and then I will respond and get your prize to you. Now listen, if you do not say I'm here, Anita, oh no, that's somebody who said congratulations. If Anita doesn't respond, then I'm gonna go in and I'm going to choose another winner. That's just how it's gonna work, okay? I'm here at Hippo Ball. Is that you, Anita? Wait. Oh, it's going so fast. I'm here at Hippo Ball. Is that you, Anita? Say, yes, it's me if that's you, okay? And then contact me by email, okay? Now, if you don't contact me by email, I'll choose another winner. All right, so now we're gonna go to the second round of questions. All right, everybody's congratulating you, Anita. Yes, congratulations, so excited for you. Yes, it's me, okay, she's here, yes. Okay, Anita, reach out to me, sis. Okay, now let's go to our second round of questions. Okay. Do you have a favorite sewing magazine subscription? If so, what is it? And the answer is no. I don't have a favorite. I don't really subscribe to magazines. I used to subscribe to Threads a long time ago, but I found that I wasn't keeping up, so I don't subscribe. I buy magazines here and there. So like I said, I used to subscribe to Threads, and then I've purchased Sew News magazine. And if you guys didn't see it, I was featured as the maker, Meet the Maker, in the last issue of Sew News. So check it out, check it out. Let's see, where's the page with your girl? Let's see. I can't remember what page it was, but they featured me as Meet the Maker in the magazine. And I don't want to take up all the time finding it, but it's there, it's in there. And then I purchased Sewn magazine also. And if you guys haven't heard about this one, it's by That Black Chick, Michelle Morris. So it's a great magazine. Okay, but no, I don't have a favorite. I just buy them here and there, and I don't have a subscription. Okay, next question. In your videos, we see your basic dress form in sewing room. As advanced beginner and petite, harder fit, I am thinking a dress form may help. With today's quality issues and my lack of experience, how do I know which to get? Please share which one you own. I think I don't want adjustable because it can affect smooth fit and they have bad reviews. Thank you. Okay. Let me get out of here. Okay, so I created a video for you. I use PGM. That's the one that I have. And I have a couple of other dress forms that were gifted to me, but they're pretty much for display. And my PGM form, I use a lot just for trying on my garments to take pictures. I've used it a couple of times for fitting and padding it up, but I don't use it all the time. So I will show you here. So this is my PGM dress form, and it has the waistline for you so you can take your measurements. It has the center front seam. It has the princess seams along the front. And these are helpful for measuring. And then it has the neck seam so that you can measure around the neck. And then the side seam. And this is really great, especially if you're designing your own patterns, you need those, or if you're draping. And then it has the center back seam, the neck seam on the back, so that when you're measuring for the neck to waist measurement, then you can measure that. And then the princess seam along the back, and then she has a little bottom. Okay, so this is the one that I use. Now, this one was the closest I could get to my size, and it has the collapsible shoulders so that when you're pulling your garments on over, it's easier to get it on. And then once you have your garment on, then you can just pop that right back out. And so I have a size, I think it's a size 10. Yeah, mine is a 10, so it's a little smaller in some places, but I use this fabulous fit system to pad it up. And you can use it to pad the bust, the waist, the stomach, the hips. If you have to pad the shoulders, the bottom, they have all different size pieces in there for you to get it to fit your body. So this is the one that I have, and that's the system that I use. Okay, let's see. I have that one in the chat. Let me just put this down in the chat for you. Excuse me, you guys. I'm trying to manage this. Okay. So there you go. Hope that answers your question. Okay, next question. Wait, let's see what's happening in the chat. Okay. Oh, Shelly had a comment. I bought mine based on my bust size and padded the hips and waist. I read that somewhere when I was researching which one to get. Yeah, that's a really good idea. With PGM Dress Form, when you go to their website, they have all of the information on how to measure your body to order their dress form. So you can check that out, and they will guide you along the way. And I'm sure that the other companies who sell dress forms have the same thing, because you have to know what your size is in order to order the right one. Okay, so next question. Let's see. Oops, wrong group. All right, here we go. I own a very nice sewing machine, SERGER, and COVERSTITCH. Euphoria. You go. Yet I rarely turn on any of these beautiful machines due to FOMO. Oh, I laughed when I saw this. FOMO, fear of messing up. When working on a project, is there a specific order when to use each machine? Example, serge first, then COVERSTITCH. I want to bring my ever-growing stash of patterns and fabric to me-made wearables, but this stumps me. Okay, first of all, it's okay to make mistakes. Trust me, I have made a lot of mistakes, and I have messed up some good fabric. That's how we learn. I tell my students in my beginner sewing course that your mistakes are your best teachers. You learn best when you make mistakes. So don't be afraid to make mistakes, and don't be afraid to mess up the fabric. And I know it's painful when you mess up some good fabric, but the way you can help to minimize that or alleviate that is by making a practice garment, which is a muslin if you're a beginner. I mean, everybody can make the muslins, but I'm just explaining that a muslin, what that is for beginners. But make a muslin, a practice garment, to get the fit right first before you cut into your good fabric, and then that will work. So I made a video, let's see. Oh no, I didn't make a video, but I wanted to tell you that, oops, wrong one. Where was I? Oh, I can't find it. Anyway, there was, oh, here it is. I just recorded a video on YouTube with 3 steps to time-saving sewing for beginners. And I talk about the process that I go through when sewing and how, or the order that I go in and how I save time by doing as many things as I can at one machine before moving to the next machine or to the pressing station. So go and check out that video. It will help you or give you some ideas on how you can, minimize and not stress out over all that stuff. Okay, next question. Let's see. Oops. Do you always pre-treat fabric before cutting? And the answer is yes, 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 always. I never, ever, ever skip it. So if the fabric care instructions say to wash it, I put it in the machine as soon as I get it home. I don't even wait. When I get home that same day, I wash my fabric and then I fold it and put it away. If it requires dry cleaning only, then I have actually taken my fabric to the dry cleaners. I don't buy a lot of fabric that needs dry cleaning, but I have done it before and taken it to the dry cleaners. But yes, I suggest always pre-treating your fabric, because if you don't, you can risk washing it after it's all made up and then it's shrinking and you won't be able to fit it anymore. And that's terrible, especially if you put a lot of work and a lot of details into that garment and then to wash it and only have it not to fit. It's not a good thing. So yes, I do suggest pre-treating your fabrics. So let's see. Here's a great comment. Make a muslin in a similar fabric, and if you do a good job, you will have 2 garments to wear instead of 1. Yes, ML, I agree. Always use a similar fabric. So if you're sewing a woven garment, you want to use a woven fabric for your muslin in the same weight. So if your fashion fabric is lightweight, use a lightweight practice fabric. If you're sewing a knit garment, you want to use a knit fabric in the same weight as your fashion fabric to make your muslin, because you want to see what it's going to feel like and drape like on the fashion fabric. Okay, thank you for that, ML. Okay, let's see. Oh, Linda said, I made my first muslin last fall thinking this will be a waste of time, but it really helped. I made mistakes on it and was able to make a note so that I wouldn't make the mistakes on my brocade. Yes, yes, yes. See, that's what I'm talking about. I have sewn muslins and had to sew like multiple muslins before I got the fit right. And that's okay. It's a learning process. You learn, what adjustments you need to make and, where you're going to run into problem areas. So making a muslin a practice garment is a really good idea. Thank you, Linda. Okay, let's go. Oh, I like this because this is what I do. Me so happy. I have also used bed sheets from Goodwill for muslin. That's what I use. I have a linen closet full of old bed sheets, and that's what I use for my woven muslins, and they work just fine. So thank you for sharing that, sis. Okay, next question. Where are we? Group 2. How to get an accurate seam allowance on the Baby Lock Celebrate Serger 3/8 or 5/8 inch. Okay, so I don't have the Celebrate. I have the Vibrant, but from the comments that I've received from my series on using the Vibrant, they're very similar. People have followed those videos and said that they were able to get results or learn how to use their sergers from Baby Lock. So I want to show you this. So this is my Baby Lock, and my measurements are right under that little lip. And on the Celebrate, there are lines on the top, but there are no numbers. So you don't know just by looking at it what the measurements are. So what you can do is use your seam gauge. So if you want a 5/8 inch seam, then move your seam gauge over to 5/8 of an inch, and then use that to measure over. So you want to, if you're using your left needle, butt that little blue part on the slider against that left needle, and then see where it falls on top. and wherever that line is, and that will let you know that that's your 5/8 inch mark on your Celebrate. And if you're using the right needle, then move it over and then you'll find your line. If you want to do a 3/8 inch seam, then same thing, just move your seam gauge over, butt that blue part up against the needle that you're going to use, and then find out or see where that falls and which line is 3/8 on your machine. Okay, so that's how, or that's what I suggest you can do. If your machine or your sewers, your owner's manual doesn't tell you, oops, let me get out of here. If your owner's manual doesn't tell you which lines or which measurements are associated with those lines, then I think that's a good tip that you can use. Okay, let's see if anybody else has any information. Maybe it'll come up later. There's a little bit of a lag. Okay, so next question. Let's see. Oh, I did make this video for you to show you. Oh wait, I showed that. Okay. Okay, it's time for a giveaway. It's time for a giveaway. And the next giveaway is also from me. It's my other product. Let me go over here. Okay, so I'm going to be giving away the Step package. It is a short sleeve t-shirt, Stand, Trust, Endure, and Proceed, the matching mug, and then a signed copy of my book. And my book can be found on Amazon. For those of you who don't know about it yet, it's also available on any other websites where books are sold. Anywhere books are sold online, my book is available. So you can check it out there. So let's see who won the package. And again, you will need to contact me. First, you need to say, I'm here. I'm going to be looking. You need to say, I'm here. And then you're going to contact me by email, contact@AnitaByDesign.com to claim your prize. So let's go. Hold on. Let me get the link for you. Bear with me, you guys. I'm getting better. Can you guys tell I'm doing a little bit better with managing this than I did last time? Okay, here is the link. Hopefully it will, did it come through? Oh, nope. Here it is. Let me post it. Okay. Here we go. Okay. All right. So let's go and get our winner and let's find out who it's going to be. Let's see who's it going to be. Okay, Nicole, congratulations. Congratulations, Nicole. I'm so excited for you. Let me know you. She said I'm here. Girly girl, is that you? Wait. It's going so fast. I can't get her. Is this you? Let me know. Let me know if it's you. Girly girl. Oops, I put down the wrong thing. Okay, she's here. Girly girl. Okay, make sure you reach out to me by email, contact@AnitaByDesign.com, and I'll get your information to you. Congratulations, congratulations. Okay, now we're gonna go to our third round of questions, but first, let's go. Oh, is anybody else's image blurry? Oh, is the image blurry, you guys? It's clear on my end. You may wanna go to your settings. If everybody else is not having that issue, you may want to go to your settings and change it to 1080p. You could be at 480p or whatever. I learned that recently because I was trying to record and everything was blurry and I didn't know, or I was trying to watch back a recording and I didn't know that I was in the 480p instead of the HD or 1080p. So check that on your machine. Okay, so let's see, is anybody else having blurry issues? Let me see. Nicole Hatcher. Okay, who was that girly girl saying I'm here? This is Nicole. Hi, Nicole. Congratulations, you're here. Okay, well, I'll be waiting for you to reach out using the email that you used to subscribe to my private email community. Congratulations, Nicole. All righty, let's see. I don't see anybody else saying anything about the image being blurry. No, my image is clear, not blurry here. Okay, so maybe, Robin, everybody else is saying image is clear. So check your settings on your machine. Okay, let's go to our third round of questions. Let's see. Yeah, everybody is saying it's clear. Okay. Look who's here. Look who's in the house. Carol, my girl. Hey. Hey, sis, I'm so happy to have you here. We see your gorgeous face. Okay, it's clear. All right. Thank you, Carol. All right, let's go to our third round of questions. All right. How old were you when you learned how to sew and who taught you? How long have you been sewing? So two people put questions in, so I just grouped them together. So I was introduced to the sewing machine in 8th grade home economics. So that's where I learned how to use a machine, but I didn't take it any further after that. I just did it for school and I loved it. I really loved it, but I couldn't have a machine. My mom couldn't afford to get me a machine, so I just left it at that. And then when I was in my I think it was my mid-20s, it was around early 90s when I got the bug and wanted to learn how to sew because I tried on a dress from a friend who sewed her own clothes, and that was it for me. I said, I got to learn how to do this thing. So I found a lady in LA who had a sewing studio. So I went and took a few of her classes and she taught me the basics. She taught me how to cut her pattern, how to lay it out, or how to, read a pattern, how to lay it out on the fabric and cut the fabric. She taught me how to sew I made a skirt. That was the first thing I made. She showed me how to sew it together, and she had a serger in her class. So I actually learned how to use a serger in my first learning experience. So it was amazing. So I took a few of her classes and learned the basics, and then I went out on my own and I bought all the books I could find, or I wanted to learn different topics, and I would even go to the library sometimes to check out books. There was no internet back in the day when I was learning. So I became self-taught as I continued to grow my skills. So that's what it was. And I love it. I love it so much. I can't get enough of it. It's been very good for me throughout my life. It's been very therapeutic for me during rough times in my life. And this is just my jam. So thank you for asking. That's my story. That's my sewing story. Okay, next question. Have you ever created a quilt? I have not, and I have incredibly huge respect for quilters. You guys are amazing. The creativity that goes into putting something like that together just blows my mind. When I see these quilts that you guys cut triangles and squares and then put them back together and do all this stitching, I'm like, woo, that is some real talent. So no, I've never created a quilt. I don't think I have the patience for that. I don't think I have the patience for it. Give me a garment and I'll whip it up. But quilting that's like a real talent. So yeah, I don't quilt. Are there any quilters in the house? Let's see. Kathy said, my mom taught me to sew and I learned in school. That is so beautiful. My mom didn't sew. My grandmother did, but my grandmother lived in Memphis and we are here in California. If I lived near my grandmother, I'm pretty sure she would have taught me to sew. But what a treasure to have your mother teach you to sew. Whenever I hear that, people who have family members who sew also, I just love that. I would love to have a family member to sew with, one of my sisters, but nobody sews, just me. So Cheryl says, I just started learning how to quilt. I thought I was going to like it, but I am starting to like, I I thought I wasn't going to like it, but I'm starting to like it. Okay, Cheryl, maybe one day I will. No, I don't know. Let me just know. I'm going to stick with clothes for now. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Somebody said, "Oh, Rhonda, you're a quilter." Yes. I have much respect for you, sis. I have much respect for you. You're amazing, and all the quilters are amazing. Okay, so let's go into our next question. Okay. What is your favorite fabric to sew? Knit. I'm all about the knits, baby. I love, love, love sewing with knits. And you know why? Because okay, I know a lot of you don't understand this, but they are so easy to sew. They're easy to sew. They're very forgiving when you make mistakes because well, if you're sewing a fitted garment, they stretch across your body. So the mistakes don't really show that much, you know? But I love, love, love knits. That's my absolute favorite type of fabric to sew. And for those of you who've been following me for a while, you already know you see a whole lot of knits on my channel. So yeah, that's my favorite. Thank you for asking. Let's see, any other knit sewers in the house? Michelle said, I thought knits would be stretchy, so it would be difficult. They are stretchy. You just have to learn how to work with them. And it depends on the stretch content, the amount of stretch in the fabric. There are stable knits, and then there are the really, really stretchy knits. So depending on what type of knit and the amount of stretch, as a beginner, yeah, it's going to take some learning. But once you learn how to work with it, oh, baby, it's like, I love it. I just love it. So let's see. Glenda says, love knits too. Yes, girl. I love it. All right, Nika, love knits. I love knits and wovens. You love knits and wovens. I like wovens too. Knits are my favorite. Okay. Oh, Lynette says, I'm taking a quilting class and enjoy it, and the ladies who are taking it with me. Oh, I love that. You know what? There is nothing, I'm assuming this is in person. There is nothing more joyous to me than to be in community with other women who enjoy doing the same thing that I do, and to be with a room full of women sewing. Oh my gosh, amazing. I love it. That's great, Lynette. Okay, so let's go. Oh, I want to share this. Jeanette said, I made a memory quilt for my family members from our mom's clothes. That is the most beautiful thing. When I see people making these memory quilts, I'm like, oh my gosh. And that would make me want to learn how to quilt, to make a memory quilt. I would love to take my husband's, some of his shirts, because I kept a lot of his shirts. I plan to repurpose them and make garments for myself, but I would have loved to take in like a bunch of his t-shirts and made a memory quilt, but I didn't do that. Maybe one day in the future I will learn how to quilt so I can do that. But that's amazing, Jeanette. I love, love, love when when people do that. It's amazing. It's a keepsake for life. So good for you. Okay, let's go on to the next question. Let's see. We did favorite fabric. My question is, how do you know what level of sewing a person has reached? Beginner, intermediate, or advanced? Okay, so I don't know if there's like a hard rule. I don't know, but my thinking is beginners, of course, are the ones who are just learning to sew. You are learning the basics, when you get to the level where you have learned the basics and you're able to sew simple garments, I would call that beginner. And then I would go to advanced beginner for the person who can go in and sew a garment pretty much on their own without assistance, reading the pattern with not a whole lot of problems. And then they're advancing into high, other levels, not just the basics, but moving up to, do other things. Like, for instance, beginners, a lot of beginners are doing like the straight stitch, the zigzag stitch, and just making basic garments. And I think that as you move into the advanced beginner stage, you're moving into different types of stitches, and you're moving into different types of garments. Like, not like in my beginner sewing course, I teach how to do a regular zipper and a invisible zipper. Well, when you get into the advanced stage, then you get into like the exposed zippers and that type of thing. And then intermediate, then you're really pushing it. You're really doing all kinds of things. You're using different types of fabrics with comfort and ease, not really worrying about, or I won't say not worrying about how it's going to fit, but not being too concerned with having to alter the patterns, because at this point you're learning how to do that in the intermediate stage. And then there's a whole lot more advancement that comes with intermediate. And then with the advanced stage, I'm not there yet, but that's like, whoo, you can do it all, baby. You can do it all. But advanced people, advanced sew sisters and brothers, advanced sewists are still learning too. So they have perfected their skills. They're getting into, tailoring and all of that. So they are amazing. And I'm headed that way, but yes, so that's just my idea. You guys, please, I would love for somebody else to chime in on this and tell our sew sister or it could be a sew brother, what your idea of these different levels are. So that's what I have off the top of my head. Okay, let's see. Any information about that? Okay, it'll come. I'm sure those. Oh, Carol just shared something. Uh-oh. Maybe based on technique and difficulty of the garment and completion time, minus mistakes. You never stop learning. Yes, I agree. I agree, Carol. That's a great advice. Okay, and then there was another one. Advanced could also be making costumes for theater. Ooh, yes. Oh my gosh, yes. And wedding dresses. I think advanced is wedding dresses. Intermediate could be wedding dresses, but honey, I have never touched a wedding dress yet. I just haven't. But yeah, thank you, Liliana. Okay, let's go to the next question. Group 3. What is the hardest lesson you learned on your sewing journey? And have you ever told someone you didn't want to attend a function because you wanted to stay home and sew? Okay. The hardest lesson I've learned on my sewing journey is that I am not cool with sewing for people. I learned that early on because when I first learned how to sew, I picked it up so quickly and I was making amazing garments like right away. And I started sewing for hire. So people were actually paying me to sew. I hated it. I hated it so much. One of the things I didn't like about it is that I put a lot of pressure on myself to have everything perfect. Like if I made a mistake on my own garment and, the seams inside weren't perfect, so what? But if I was sewing for somebody and they were paying me, I put a lot of pressure on myself to make sure that everything was perfect. And I didn't like that. And then the other thing that I didn't like is that when I would set an appointment for people to come for their fittings, sometimes they wouldn't show up. Excuse me. No. And so I figured, no, I do not like sewing for people. I will never sew for people. I didn't do that for very long. I think I did it for about a year, and that's not my thing. And then I forgot the second part of the question. Let me go back to it. Oh, will you tell somebody you don't want to go to a function because you want to stay home and sew? Well, no, I'm not going to tell them. I mean, that may be what I'm thinking and feeling. That may be my reality, but I'm not going to tell them. I'm sure that we've all felt that way before where I would just rather be at home sewing. But, you don't need to know why I can't attend the event. I'm just not available. That's all. I'm just not available. I didn't drink some tea. You guys, see, you were supposed to remind me to drink tea this time. Is it cold? Not as cold as last time. Oh, it is so good. I am drinking Deep Calm by Wang and Dickerson. You guys, if you haven't tried the company, you've got to try it. Wang and Dickerson has amazing tea. I was turned on to them by one of my sewing course students, and it is so smooth. It is so smooth. I will never go back. I love them. Amazing. So good. Okay. So let's go to the next question. And this is the last one. Then we're going to have a giveaway. When is your next online sewing course? The sewing course is open now. It's available now for you to enroll. I have not closed the doors. I'm going to leave them open for now so you can go and enroll whenever you are ready. Okay? So let's go to, let me see, I do have a link for you. Let me get that. Here's a link where you can go and check out the sewing course. Okay. Now, we're going to have a giveaway. We're going to have a giveaway. Okay, so let's meet our first sponsor. I am so excited. Okay, our first sponsor is Named Clothing Patterns. Have you guys seen their patterns? Have you gone to their website? You've got to go check them out. They are Named Clothing. Let me put them in the chat. Named Clothing Patterns, and they have some amazing pieces there. So let me show you some samples. Here are some samples of some of their patterns. Are those cute? Look at that. That's the Kilo jumpsuit. Now the Kilo dress comes with a jumpsuit, and I will be sewing this up soon. And then this cute little dress, look at it. And then look at this one. You can make this if you are pregnant. It's great for maternity or not. And then this cute casual dress. Love, love, love. Okay, so they are giving away, hold on. Let me go and find them. They are giving away $50. Let me not say that. Let me go and double check. Yeah, towards a purchase of products on their store, on their website. So let's see who our winner is gonna be. Let's see who's it gonna be. Congratulations, Ingrid. I am so excited for you. Let me know you're here. I need to see you in the chat. Let me know you're here. Say, I'm here. Okay, and I will. Ingrid, I see you. Yes, she responded right away. All right, sis, I am so excited. Make sure you reach out to me by email, contact@anitabydesign.com, and I will respond and get your information to you. Congratulations, Ingrid. So excited for you. Thank you for being a part of my community. Thank you all, for those of you who are part of my community. Thank you. All right. Now we're going to go back to some questions. Everybody's saying congrats. Thank you, Lynette. Lynette is here, and Lynette is helping me out today, you guys. Lynette is moderating the chats for me because last time we had some issues. So Lynette, thank you. I love you so much. Lynette has been with me since I started back in 2016. She has been so supportive, you guys. She has had my back. And this lady, like when I talk about sisterhood, I love sisterhood. I love sisterhood. And when Lynette started following me way back in 2016, like from the start, she was very supportive, and up until now, she's just had my back. So Lynette, thank you so much for helping me out. I love you. I just love you, girl. All right, you guys. So give Lynette a shout out. Say thank you to Lynette because she's got my back today, and she always has my back. All right, so let's go into our next round of questions. So we're on round 4, and it's 12 o'clock. Okay, we're doing good. We're doing good. All righty. Next question. Can you please explain how your online course works? How many total modules does it have? Is there a community group for everyone that's taking the course? Are we able to contact you if we have questions? And what happens if we do not complete the course in a year? Okay, where is that? Okay, so answers to all of your questions are actually on the website page for the course. Really, all of those answers are on the course. So if you will go to Learn to Sew, let me get that tag or the link for you. If you will go to Learn to Sew There's the link. If you will go there, all of the answers are there. Now, to answer your question about what happens if you don't complete the course before the 1 year, then it expires. So you have 12 months to work through it and get it done. And I think it's very doable, you know, if you're willing to invest the time and do the work. So yeah, the course is laid out very strategically for new beginners. That's something you have to know. It is designed for new beginners. If you already have experience, you can still take the course, but you need to know that it is designed for new beginners, and it goes in a slow pace because I want to make sure that my new beginners are understanding as I'm demonstrating the techniques. So go to the website, check out all the information, and you will see all of the answers. There's a Q&A section that answers all of those questions for you. Okay? And if for those of you who have gone through my learning course here on YouTube, the new online course is different. It's a paid course, of course, but it is different. We don't just go through and sew garments from patterns. We go through and learn all of the beginner techniques. I give them all of the basics so that they can master those techniques. And then we design our own patterns. We don't use patterns in the course because what I found when I did that here on YouTube is that eventually the patterns go out of print. And I didn't want to risk my beginners or my students coming in and not having access to the patterns. So we design our own very basic patterns to fit our own bodies. So that's the difference between what I offer here on YouTube and my paid online sewing course. So that's it. Hope that answers your question. Okay, next, let's see. Naomi said, I saw the modules online when I looked at her class. Do you have to pay all at one time? Yes. So when you go to the course, the modules are there. And when you click on the modules, it tells you all of the different lessons that are available within that particular module. And it is a one-time pay. I don't offer a payment plan. It's a one-time pay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Naomi. Okay. Diane, do you have a beginner SERGER course? No, I don't at this time, but that's an idea. That's an idea, and actually something I thought about. I have ideas, and I have actually written down future plans, and one future course is already in the planning stages, so there's more coming, you guys. There's more coming. All right, let's go to our next question. Let's see. What does it mean following the grain? Okay, this is a great question, especially for beginners. So I have this fabric here. Okay, so there are 3 different grains. So there is the straight grain, there is the crosswise grain, and then there is the bias. And the bias goes diagonally. So when you get your fabric from the fabric store, you will notice that on the long end, the vertical end, there is a pre-treated edge. So this is the manufactured pre-treated edge, okay? That is the straight grain. That is the lengthwise grain. And then when the assistant cuts your fabric, they cut it widthwise, okay? So that is your cross grain, and that's where usually you will get the stretch. Sometimes you will get stretch on the straight grain, but sometimes you won't. This is a knit fabric. This is a ponte knit. So you will notice I get a little bit of stretch on the straight grain, and then I get a lot more on the cross grain. And then the bias, which is the diagonal, you get the most amount of stretch. So when you're laying, what's important about the grain is when you are laying out your pattern pieces, there is a grain line printed on the pattern piece. And it is very important that you align that grain line with the grain of the fabric that is outlined on the layout of your pattern. Okay, so if they tell you to align your grain with the straight grain, you need to make sure that that arrow is aligned or parallel with the straight grain, this manufactured edge or the fold. If they are telling you to lay it on the bias, then you're going to be laying your pattern piece diagonally, okay? And the same with crosswise. So I hope that answered your question. Okay, let's see if anyone else has information about the grain. Selvage, that's right. It's called the selvage. The pre-treated edge is called the selvage. That's the technical name for it. It's the selvage. And when you are looking at your layout on your patterns, it will say selvage. So based on how they're telling you to lay out your fabric, it will say selvage and fold. So selvage on one side, fold on one side. And that means when you lay it out, when you lay out your fabric, let's just pretend this is the selvage and this is the fold. So you're going to be laying out your pattern straight with the selvage on one side and the fold on the other side. And then some layouts have selvage and selvage. That means you will lay out your fabric open with no fold, okay? And in my beginner sewing course, I go into great detail about this, and I actually demonstrate to my students how to lay out or do the different layouts on the patterns, okay? And even though we don't sew with patterns in the course, I do teach how to lay out a pattern, how to make pattern adjustments and those types of things. All right, so let's see, next question. Let's see. Okay, next question. We're in group 4, right? Okay. What is a good method to make sure your stitches are secure so that your garments have longevity? Okay, make sure that so the basic stitch length, which is like this is where you want to begin, is the 2.5 stitch length. So based on the type of fabric that you're using, then you're going to choose the stitch length and the stitch width based on that type of fabric. And let me get something. This book, More Fabric Savvy, and there's also All New Fabric Savvy by Sandra Bezzina. These books are gold, and they teach you, or they give you guidelines for all of the different fabrics and tell you, well, you can't see it, but it tells you all of the information that you're going to need to work with that particular fabric. So it tells you how to pre-shrink the fabric. It tells you which stitches to use, which presser feet to use. So if you can get your hands on this book, either one of these books or her first one called Fabric Savvy, they are really helpful. I still use these books. I still use them. This is the one, this is the one that I use in my online sewing course with my students. This is the one that I suggest that they get. And it's really helpful. And I still use these, and I'm an intermediate sewer or sewist. So that's what you want to do, is you want to base it on the type of fabric that you're using. And if you're using a woven, of course, you want to use a straight stitch. And if you're working with a woven fabric, straight stitch. If you're working with a knit fabric, then you're going to use a stretch stitch or a zigzag stitch, which is a stretch stitch. Okay, next question. Oh, and to secure your stitches, you want to begin and end with a back stitch. Now, that's controversial sometimes, because some people say that if you are going to intersect that stitch with a seam, you don't need to back stitch. And it's okay. You can do it either way. You can begin and end with a back stitch or not if you're going to use an intersecting stitch. It's up to you. It's your call. And you can just test it out with your scrap fabrics to see which one you prefer. Okay, so let's see, any other information about that? Oh yes, Lynette said the books are available on Amazon. The Sandra Betzina book is available on Amazon. And another really good resource for sewing books, you guys, is abebooks.com. They have a lot of the older books that are out of print now, so you can check them out too. Thank you, Lynette. Okay, let's see. Next question. Wait, any other feedback from you guys? Okay, let's go to our next question. I started your first course but was not able to continue because the pattern was no longer available. Is there a more updated beginner course with an available pattern? Okay, so I'm assuming, well, it has to be the course here on YouTube because I don't use patterns in my new online course. So with those videos, the skirt, whichever project we're making, but particularly the circle skirt, which was the first project, I did link in the description box below the video another option because that pattern did go out of print that I used in those videos. And that's why I did not use patterns in my new online course. So if you go and check the description box below those videos, you will see that there is another option. I don't know what the pattern number is off the top of my head, but there is another option. So you can go check that out. I hope that helps. Okay, next question. Okay, favorite. Of all the different pattern companies you have sewn garments from, which do you feel offer the most reliable fit? Now, I think this is very personal. I think it's going to be different for everybody. I don't particularly have a favorite because I have to make adjustments, pretty much the same adjustments with all of the companies. But the one that I have found over the years that I have to make less adjustments for is Berta. And I'm talking about the Berta patterns in the envelope. I've never sewn a Berta pattern from the magazine. You know, they have their patterns in there. I've never used one of those. But the Berta patterns that I buy in the envelopes from the fabric store, those seem to work really well. And I seem to be able to get a really good fit with minimal adjustments. So that's what's working for me. You will have to gauge what's working for you by, trying the different patterns. Okay. Next. Oh, we did that one. What is the best sewing machine for a beginner to medium experience? Okay, so I'm going to suggest for a beginner the Zeal from Baby Lock because it is a powerhouse, even though it's an entry-level machine. It is mechanical, so you don't get all the digital features, but it has enough stitches for a beginner, and it has the buttonhole feature. So this for me is the recommendation, and this is the machine that I use in my beginners online course, and I walk my students through the entire machine to show them how to use it, all of the features, all of the accessories and everything, and I actually demonstrate the sewing process with this machine. So that's the machine that I would recommend for beginners. Okay, so now we're ready for another giveaway, but let's see what's going on in the chat. Let's see. Oh, Glenda said, I have the same with Berta patterns, little adjustment. Yeah, I seem to really love them. Okay. Oh, this is a good question. Are you a fan of PDF patterns? I'm becoming one. I am really becoming one. In the beginning, I was not, but I have become a pattern or a fan because I found out about PDF plotting and they print the patterns for you. I didn't really like cutting the patterns apart and then taping them together. I didn't like that at all. So I didn't sew PDF patterns. But now with PDF plotting, I just get that copy shop version and just send it over to PDF and they print it for me and send it to me. And they were a sponsor at our last tea time. So I love them. They are amazing. So yes, I'm sewing more and more PDF patterns now. Okay, now it's time for a giveaway. So let's meet our next sponsor, and that is, oops, Style Maker Fabrics. Yes, it's time for some fabric. I love Style Maker Fabrics. They have awesome, awesome fabric, and I am so grateful to have them here supporting this Tea Time Live because they're just amazing. So here are some samples of what's in their shop, just a few samples because they have, oh my gosh, so much amazing fabric. And I want to show you some of the options for some of these samples. So this, this is the beautiful leaf. I think it's called Floral Leaf Rayon. Oh my gosh. And I actually have this one. I ordered it because I wanted to show you guys in person. When I tell you this fabric feels amazing, the drape and the colors, the print, everything. I have not decided what I'm going to make yet, but I have a few patterns in mind. But look at this. Will you look at it? I've already pre-treated it. I told you guys when I get my fabric in the house, it gets pre-treated. So yes, this is it. And will you look at that drape? Look at that. Baby. You know it's going to be a maxi something. It's going to be a maxi dress. I just love it. And for those of you who asked me, I think I answered the question about, pre-treating your fabric. You know what else I do when I get my fabric home? If it's a fabric that unravels, if it unravels easily, then I will serge the end, the crosswise cut on that fabric. I serge it before I put it in the machine because I've had so many instances where it turns into a big ball of thread. I mean, the fabric is fine, but the ends, they get all knotted and the thread twists and everything. And so when I serge the ends, it's nice and clean. I put it in the machine, and when I take it out, it's just fine. No balls of thread, no knotted fabric, and it's just fine. So that's what I do. If you don't have a serger, then you could do a narrow hem on the end before you put it in the washing machine. Just fold over twice and just sew so that you secure those threads. But yeah, that's what I do. But look at this, baby. And I can wear this fascinator with it. Yes, it's going to be a beautiful maxi dress or something. So yes, thank you, Style Maker Fabrics. I just love it. So that's one. And so let's look at some options for using their fabric. So this one would look amazing with the Elizabeth gown by Named Clothing. Can you see that? Yes. Love it. And then their gauze fabric. Look at the colors. I think the gauze would look really cute with I think it's the Ilma smock dress and top. That would look so cute. Nice and light for the summer. Woo, so cute. And then their linen would look really cute with the Velo dress and top by Named Clothing. Can you look at the colors and then that outfit? So cute. And then the floral rayon. Look at that fabric. And would that be cute with the Taika blouse or dress? I think it would look fabulous. So fabulous. Okay, so we have a winner. Let's find out who it is. Let's get our next winner. Okay. Yes, congratulations, Laura. Let me know you're here. I'm looking for you. Make sure that after you let me know you're here, you contact me by email. Laura, are you here? Yes. All right, you guys keep a lookout for me. I see the chat is moving. They're congratulating you, Laura. I hope you're here. I hope you're here. It just went up really fast. Okay, I'm looking for Laura. She's here. Somebody says she's here. Where is she? Laura! Yes! Congratulations. I'm so excited for you, Laura. Contact me by email and I will get your information to you. You're going to have a blast shopping. Oh, and I forgot to say that it is a $50 gift certificate or gift code to shop at their store. Okay? All right. Let's go. Let's go. Congratulations, Laura. Okay. We're going to go to more questions now. Let's see. Okay, let's see what's going on in the chat. Everybody's congratulating Laura. Okay, yes, thank you. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, you guys are so awesome telling me she's here. I love it. I love the support. I love the support. Awesome. Okay, let's go to our next group of questions. Group five. Okay. My bottom stitch is loose. How do I make it tight? No matter how much I tighten the tension, it is still loose. Okay, so here is, let me get this down. Okay, so first, remove all of your threads. Remove your bobbin thread, remove your top thread. Remove everything and rethread your machine all over again. Also, make sure that your bobbin is wound tightly. If there's any looseness, if you're on your bobbin, if it's not tight, then you're going to have some issues. So rethread your machine and make sure everything is threaded properly. Also, sometimes issues on the bottom, like when you get that bird's nest or the loose threads, it could be your top thread that's not threaded properly. It's not always the bottom thread that's causing the issue. So that's why you need to take out the top thread too and just rethread the whole thing. Follow your owner's manual if you are having issues with that. And then if those don't fix it, then you may want to take it in to be serviced. If your machine hasn't been serviced in at least a year, I service my machine annually. I take it to get a tune-up every year, all of my machines. So if you haven't done that, then go ahead and take it in and have someone to look at it. And if there are any other suggestions, you guys, if I'm not mentioning something that you guys know of, will you please help our sister or brother out and let them know what they can do to take a look on how to fix the issue. Okay, let's see. Okay, so that'll probably come up. So thank you for the question, and I hope that helped. So let's see, next question. Can you give some online resources to purchase quality fabrics? I loved the dress you made with McCall's 8035. And that's that was the maxi dress I just made, the gold one, you guys. But I was unable to find a similar fabric anywhere. I find that happens frequently. I see a dress pattern I like, but cannot find the recommended fabrics. Okay, so there are so many good fabric stores with quality fabric, but I most definitely want to highlight Style Maker Fabrics because they have amazing fabrics. They really do. And the gauze that you were looking for, they have it in all of these colors. Look at that right there. So they have amazing fabric. Also, there is mood fabrics. There's melanated fabrics. There are a lot of different fabric companies that have quality fabric. So if you can check it out, but if you will go to Style Maker Fabrics, they've got the gauze for you, and they have all kinds of other amazing fabric that I've just shown you right now. And this right here, they have a lot of new fabrics in, and this is one of them. And this is by Atelier. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting the full name, but it's the Atelier brand, and they have several prints. So go and check out Style Maker Fabrics. Okay, let's see. Next question. Go back to the Q&A. Okay. Let's take that down. When you are adjusting a pattern to fit your body, do you adjust the length before you make any adjustments to the bust, waist, and hips? Thanks. You are an inspiration to me, and I am so grateful that God led me to your course. Oh, thank you so much. That's from one of my sewing course students. And yes, I always make adjustments to the length first before I make adjustments to the width. So if I need to lengthen the torso, I'm going to do that first, because if I lengthen the width first, let's say I'm going to or increase the width at the bust. If I do that first and then I'm going to adjust the length, then that width adjustment is going to be out of whack. It's going to be out of order. So I always do my length adjustments first. So I hope that helps. And thank you for being a part of my online sewing course. Okay, let's see what's happening in the chat. Oh, me so happy. My service technician suggested that I use Gutermann polyester thread on my machine. Okay, that's good advice. Check with your sewing machine company, the brand where you purchased your machine, or the technician who fixes your machine, to see what type of thread they recommend. Some machines don't do well with the cheaper brands, some brands. So you may want to use the higher brand. Thank you so much, Me So Happy. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is great. Carol said, remember LCD, length, circumference, depth. That's when you're adjusting your pattern. So that's the order you want to go in. Length first, circumference, and then the depth. Thank you, Carol. That is amazing. Thank you so much. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's go to the next question. What are the must-have presser feet attachments for beginners? Please explain what each one is designed to do. Okay, for beginners, did you ask for Yes, for beginners. My suggestion for beginners are the all-purpose foot and a zipper foot. That's it. That's all you need to get started. The all-purpose foot will allow you to do a straight stitch and a zigzag stitch, okay? And some of the other stitches, of course, the stretch stitches. The zipper foot, the automatic buttonhole, I said zipper foot, not a zipper foot, I'm sorry, buttonhole foot. The automatic buttonhole foot makes it a lot easier for you to insert buttonholes. Back in the day, before I knew anything about an automatic buttonhole foot, when I first learned to sew, I sewed my buttons manually. So I would start, do a back bar tack, sew down, zigzag stitch, bar tack at the end, sew back up, zigzag stitch. That was the process, but the automatic buttonhole foot does it for you. So if your machine has that function where it will create an automatic buttonhole for you, that foot is a must-have, in my opinion. The rest of you, do you have any suggestions? I mean, those 2 feet will do what you need as a beginner. Okay, next question. Let's see what's happening in the chat. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next question. Hi, Anita. I've noticed that you are using a different iron. Can you tell me about the new iron that you are using? I have a Rowena and it runs out of steam quickly. I would like to try something that's more efficient. I'm so glad you asked this question, and I created a video to show you and tell you about my new iron. So I'm using a gravity feed iron, and this is it. This is the one. There is the adjustable steam or heat setting, and then there's the steam button there, the on and off switch. And then on the back, there is the information. It's by Silver Star. Okay, and then there is the tube. This tube carries the water to the iron, And so it leads all the way up to the water tank, and it's huge. Look at that. So I can do a whole lot of pressing before I have to change that water tank. And then it has the demineralizer attached so that you don't get all that gunk coming out through your iron. And then I have it attached to an IV pole because it has to be positioned up high. And when I get ready to sew, I pull it away from the wall so that tube stretches out so it's going straight into the iron, because Carol told me that it can't be looped or hanging down and then up. So that's been very helpful. The iron gets hot on the handle. I don't like that. It gets really hot. So that's one drawback that I don't like about it. But it puts out nice steam. It comes with this silicone tray that you place the iron on, and when I'm sewing, I leave the iron on and it handles it fine. I don't turn it off, and I don't stand it up. You don't stand a gravity feed iron up on its back. You leave it face down like that, and that's what I use. So far, I'm liking it, and the reason I went to a new iron is because my Rowenta steam station was giving me a problem, and I don't think it's because the iron was bad. I think it was user error. In fact, I knew it was user error. You have to go in and pull out the calcifying plug that catches all the gunk. You have to go in and do that ever so often. I didn't do it as often as I needed to. So when I went to take it off to unscrew it, it was very hard. So I used pliers to unscrew it, and then it kind of made marks and bent it a little. And then the second time I did that, after I waited for a long time again, it just really messed up the knob. So I can't get the knob off to go in and clean that out. So I just went ahead and got a new iron. But I loved my Rowenta steam station. It had the best steam. I like it even more than my gravity feed iron, but the gravity feed is doing its job right now. So that's the iron that I'm using. And let's see, I don't think I put in a link for that. I didn't, but you can find it in my Amazon store, amazon.com, or let me see, did I put a link for my store? I don't think I did. Oh, yes, I did. Oh, no, I didn't. Anyway, you can find my Amazon store in the link in the description box, okay? So thank you for asking. The iron is doing well. Next question. Oh, let's see if there are any. Lynette, have to make one of those cushions for the iron handle. Yeah, I think I will do that. I'm thinking of a silicone, or not making one, but like a silicone mat or something. Or, I don't know, I could make something. But yeah, I have used my press cloth, because I have several press cloths. I've used that to hold so that it's not so hot on my hand. But yeah, I wonder what Carol thinks. Carol, what do you think about the handle? Does yours get hot too? Because I know Carol has been using the gravity feed iron for a long time. So anyway, next question. Let's see. Okay, we talked about the iron. What is your favorite item that you have made? Oh, baby, let me show you. This one right here, New Look 6000. I use the scuba knit fabric. It is my favorite to date, and it is a favorite amongst the community too. Everybody absolutely loved this dress. I still have it. It's such an amazing dress. Whenever I wear it, I get lots of compliments, and it is just a classic look. It's a vintage style, and my goodness, I just love it, and it still fits. Class, talk about class. And I posted in my Instagram and Facebook that this is a power dress. When you walk in the room, baby, she makes a statement. So that's it. That is my favorite make to this date. All right. There are some close others, but that's number one for me. And that pattern is out of print. So you may be able to find it wherever they sell older patterns, but it's out of print right now. Okay. So let's see. Let's go to the next question. Okay, one more question and then we have another giveaway. Oh, wait, no, it's time for a giveaway. Yeah, it's time for a giveaway now. Okay, so let's meet another sponsor. And that is, let's go down. Yes, yes. That is LDH Scissors. Oh my gosh, you guys, they are amazing. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw the video that I made with their scissors. So here they are. They come in this cute box. They have it packaged all nicely, and you guys know I am all about packaging. So you get the little thank you card with all of the care instructions inside. So it gives you the 10-year warranty. They have a sharpening service. They tell you why your iron is greasy and why that's important, and then the contact information. And on their website, they have a video where Brittany is showing you how to oil your iron. Okay, so here it is. It's even beautiful in the box, right? They're beautiful in the box. So it comes with a nice plastic protective sleeve because you want to protect your blade and your fingers because they're very sharp. So look at the beauty. Is that beautiful? So these are the 10-inch Midnight Edition scissors. And my God, are they amazing. They're very smooth. The function, the mechanics on these scissors, just absolutely amazing. They cut through fabric like butter. When I tell you they cut like butter, I'm going to show you in a minute because I created a video for you. But so that's the Midnight Edition, and they are giving away a pair of these scissors for the lucky winner. And then I also have their thread snips, and they come in a cute little box that slides out and it's packaged nicely. Is that cute? So I like to use the snips at the sewing machine to cut away little threads and small cuts. And again, smooth function, everything is nice. It has a little protective silicone cover so that you can, if you're keeping them in your drawer, then you know they're protected for your fingers and the blades. So those are cute. So you can find these two and a lot of other amazing products on their website. But I want to show you how their scissors work. So I took an old pair of jeans that I was working on that I never finished to demonstrate how amazing these scissors are and how they can cut through layers and layers. So we have 4 layers there, right? We got 4 layers, and I'm going to just cut through, and then you'll see how smooth they operate, how smoothly they operate. Look at that. Just cut through those seams. Perfect. Right? Smooth. Okay, so now I want to add more layers. So I'm going to add those. So that's 6 layers right there, right? And I'm going to fold it over. And so we got 8 layers now, right? 2, 4, 6, 8. So we got 8 layers. So let's see what the scissors are going to do. Let's see what LDH is going to do for us. Okay, here we go. Smooth like butter, baby. Smooth like butter. I love, love, love these scissors. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Look at that. Like a boss, I put a video on my Instagram that these scissors cut through fabric like a boss, and they do. So LDH is giving away a pair of their 10-inch Midnight Edition shears, and let's go and get our winner. Let's go and get our winner. So let's see, who is it gonna be? Congratulations, Cappy friends. I'm so excited for you. Oh my gosh, you're gonna love, love, love these shears. Let me know you're here. Let me know you're here. I need to see you. Say I'm here in the comments. You guys help her out. If you see her show up, let me know she's here. Are you here, Cappy? We're gonna wait for you. Okay, we're gonna wait for you. No Cappy yet? No Cappy? Okay, so if Cappy does not claim her prize here, then I'm going to be picking No, if she doesn't claim her prize, then I'm going to be picking another winner, and then I will reach out to that person via email using the email that you used to subscribe to my private email community. Okay, so far, Cappy has not shown up. So far, she hasn't shown up. Cappy, if you're here, you have to say, I'm here. Okay? So I'm going to move on to the next question. And then if she's here, oh, somebody just told me, somebody said maybe she's getting more tea, and that just reminded me to drink some tea. Where is she? Somebody said I'm looking for her. There she is. She's here. Where is she? Where are you, Cappy? Okay, they said you're here. Okay, Cappy. Congratulations. Yes! I didn't see her say it, but you guys, I trust you. I'm going off of trust factor. Yes, yes, yes. Cappy is here. I want to put her up on the screen. Where is she? Okay, Cappy, congratulations. Reach out to me by email, contact@anitabydesign.com, and I will answer and give you your information. All right, now we're going to move on to another round of questions. Okay, we're rounding it down, guys. We're rounding it down. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go through these quickly because we're coming up on an hour and 45 minutes. Okay, let's see, group 6. How to choose the right size pattern. Let me get this off of here. I use Nancy Zeman's method, and that is measuring across the chest from one armpit to the other. So from both armpits straight across. And that gives you that measurement. And then she has a chart in her book that tells you which size to pick based on that measurement. And her idea is that, and this is for your upper body. For your bottom part, you will use your hip measurement. But for the upper body, she uses that measurement as opposed to the bust measurement, because if you use the bust measurement, a lot of times you get that gaping around the neck where you have to do that adjustment. And then sometimes you get the drooping shoulders. So she said that when you use this measurement instead, then you don't get all of that gaping and the shoulder problem. And then you can make the full bust adjustment. Fix my top. You can make the full bust adjustment to get the fit in your bust area. So that's what I use. So it's called Pattern Fitting with Confidence by Nancy Zeman. And this is the book that I recommend in my sewing course. And this is the one that I use when I'm showing my students how to make adjustments to their patterns. Okay, so that's a great book to have. Okay, let's see. Okay, Kathy, yes, congratulations. I'm so excited for you. Okay, make sure you reach out to me by email, okay? And I'll get your information to you. Okay, all right, next question. Let's see. From Puerto Rico. Hey, hi there. Can I have the pattern number for the dress you were wearing on the announcement of your first tea party? I'm not sure, but I think this is the dress you're talking about. If so, it's Vogue 8825. I wasn't sure which one, but that's the first one that came to mind because that's the graphic or the photo I used on the graphics for the tea party marketing. Okay, how to know what sewing machine to buy for your level of sewing. So you need to decide what it is you're going to be doing. So if you're going to be sewing, okay, let me go back. You need to decide if this is something that you're sure you're going to continue with. That's the first thing, because you can go in and buy the most expensive machine and then decide that I don't like this, I don't want to do it, and then you've got that big beautiful machine. So my recommendation is to start with something simple to see if you like it. But better than that, if you know someone who has a sewing machine, borrow their machine, see if you like it, start learning how to sew, see if you like it, and then go and invest in a machine. There are amazing entry-level machines that can take you to intermediate. I have the Baby Lock Soprano, and that machine that machine is amazing. I would recommend that machine for beginners who are interested, who are serious and want to go to higher levels. But again, the Baby Lock Zeal machine is an awesome entry level machine too. So you need to decide what you really want to do, okay? Test it out, borrow a machine, and then when you know it's something you like, then jump in and get yourself a machine. So entry level is fine, but also if you want to go to a higher level, it's really a personal preference. I can't really say what you should do or should not do. It's really a personal preference. So that's my idea. If anybody else has information or suggestions, advice, then please share in the caption. Okay, let's go to the next question. Let's see. Oops. Oh, I'm in the wrong one. Okay. Ooh, I got lost, you guys. Oh, okay. Here we go. Do you make your own garment labels or do you order them? I do not make them. I order them, and here they are. Love, love, love my labels. I order them from the Dutch Label Shop. I've been ordering from them since I started using labels. So yeah, they are amazing. They are good quality. They hold up very well. I don't have any issues using them. So that's what I recommend. Dutch Label Shop, and I put them in the chat. I put the link in the chat for you. Okay, next. When you make a garment, do you make a muslin or a wearable muslin? Have certain adjustments you just know to make, or fit as you go. Everything you make fits so beautifully. Okay, this is a great question. I make a muslin sometimes, not every single time. When I know that, or when there are a lot of details in the garment that I'm gonna make, I will make a muslin because I don't wanna work through all of those details and then find out that the pattern or the garment doesn't fit. So whenever I'm working on something that has a lot of details, or whenever I'm working on something where I'm using a really, really expensive fabric, I will make a muslin first because I don't wanna mess that up. I've done that before. So yeah, I will make a muslin, and then I forgot the second part of the question already. Oh yes, and I do fit as I go too. So sometimes when I make my muslin, when I sew up the main fabric, sometimes I will have to take it in still a little bit on the side. So I do fit as I go. And then when I don't make a muslin, if I'm pretty confident that the garment is going to be fine, I will go ahead and make it up in my fashion fabric without doing a muslin, and then I can fit as I go. But that's on garments usually that don't have a whole lot of details. So yeah. Anybody else? You guys have any information? What do you do? Do you guys always sew a muslin, or do you fit as you go? Okay, next question. I'm moving along quickly, you guys, because we are coming up on time. And so I'm going to go ahead and do another giveaway. And our next sponsor is Wawak Sewing Supplies. Oh my gosh, I love, love, love Wawak. They have such amazing products, and I want to show you some of the things that I order from them. So here I have elastics. I order all of my elastics from them now, and I order in bulk. So there is my 3/8 inch elastic. It comes on these nice rolls. Here I have my 1/4 inch elastic, and I like to buy it in bulk because I use it a lot. And then the 1/2 inch elastic, and it's a whole lot cheaper. They are very affordable. There's the 3/4 inch elastic. This is the band roll. I haven't opened that one yet, but this is really good for hemming. So I bought that in bulk. And then you have these large rolls. I have the 1 inch and I think the other one is 1.5 inch. So the elastics, I buy them in bulk. I love, love, love their quality. I love their service. And then I buy my zippers, and I like the invisible zippers, but I buy them in bulk. And these are, I think these are my 7-inch zippers. And then these, I believe, are my 24-inch zippers. So I buy the variety pack that has a lot of colors. And then I just love their products. And then here is their catalog. You can go to their website, wawac.com, and order one of their catalogs, and then you will get one every time a new one comes out. And they have just about everything that you could want for sewing. So get on their mailing list, get their catalog, and then you can order whatever you want and get it at amazing prices and experience awesome customer service. Okay, so we have a winner. And let's go see who is going to win. Who's it gonna be? Congratulations, Alice. Congratulations. Let me know you're here. You guys help me out. If you see her, let me know that she is here. Alice, reach out to me, contact@anitabydesign.com, and I will respond and get your information to you to claim your prize. All right, you guys, congratulations. Yes, $100. Yes, okay. Let's go on to the next question. I'll wait to hear from Alice and we will move on. And if Alice doesn't respond, I'll pull another name and reach out to the next winner. Okay, last group of questions. Is she here yet? Nothing yet. Okay, let's go to our final group of questions. How to use an adjustable dress form. Okay, I personally don't care for the adjustable dress forms. I did try one before, and maybe it was the brand I bought, but it was really flimsy and I didn't like that. So I can't really give you advice on the best to use, but I wanted to put this question up anyway because I know that there are others in the community who use the adjustable forms. So for those of you who use adjustable dress forms, will you please put your information in the chat so that our Sew Sister can see or get some ideas or some advice on the adjustable dress form, okay? I want to give other people an opportunity to chime in. Did Alice show up yet? Did she show up? Okay, I will check back. If she doesn't, by the end of the live, then I will pick another winner. Okay, let's go to our next question. What is the best weight of knit fabric to begin learning how to sew with knit material? And my suggestion would be Ponte knit. And Ponte knit because it's a stable knit, or any other stable knit. You don't want to start with anything too stretchy like an ITY. I use ITY knits a lot. Jersey is really stretchy. I recommend something that is more stable. So a Ponte gives you a good amount of stretch, but not too much. You can actually use a Ponte knit to sew a woven fabric. I've done that many times, and that's how stable it is. So I recommend Ponte knit. Okay. Next question. What are some tips for dealing with a long torso when making pattern adjustments? Okay, so I have the opposite issue. I have the short torso, so I always have to do a sway back adjustment. And it's either the short torso or because I stand so erect. My posture is very erect. So I do that, but it's the same process. You would just do the opposite. So I did make a video to show you, and here we go. So you want to measure your own torso. I'm using the dress form, of course. So from your neck, the back or the base of your neck down to your waist. And you may have to have somebody else to do that for you, but you want to take that measurement on your own body. And to do that, find that little bone at the back of your neck, bob your head up and down to find that bone, and where that moves, that's where you want to start the measurement. So you're going to take your measurement, and I know mine, so I'm using I have the tape where it belongs. So start there and then measure down to your waist. And you can tie something around your waist like an elastic to get that fit. And then once you get that measurement, you're gonna compare it to the measurement on your pattern. And if it's short, then you're gonna need to use an adjustment. I don't know what it's called when you're lengthening the torso. When it's shorter, it's a sway back. I don't know what it's called, but you're gonna make up the difference by lengthening the pattern, the extra amount that is that's the extra weight, long torso. So you're gonna have a shortage. So you're gonna have to add the extra of that amount of shortage. So if your torso is 2 inches longer than that of the pattern, then you're gonna have to add 2 inches to the torso measurement on your pattern piece. I hope that makes sense. Okay. All right, next question. And this is gonna be the last question, and then we're gonna give away our last prize because it's 1 o'clock. Okay, for a young beginner sewer, 6 years, what is the easiest project to begin sewing with that can be donated to the community? This is a grandma-granddaughter project to teach how to sew as well as giving to others. Okay, my suggestion would be something like a tote bag, just a straight square where she's just practicing straight stitches and then attaching the handles. And then a great idea that you can do with that after she finishes her tote, then she can stuff it with items that are needed for, let's say you guys are donating to a homeless shelter, then she can stuff items that they would need into the tote to give away. So that's just an idea. So hope that helps. All right, you guys, we have one more, let's see. We have one more giveaway. I wanted to see if Alice showed up, but I'll go back and check later. Okay, our final sponsor, you guys, is Baby Lock. Yes, Baby Lock is my sponsor. I have been working with Baby Lock for 5 years. I am very happy. They're an amazing company. They have a family vibe, and they really do take care of us as ambassadors, and they have quality sewing machines. So I want to show you guys my machines, 4 of them. I have 5, but here are some of the machines that I have currently. You can go onto their website, babylock.com, to see some of the amazing machines they have. So this is the Vibrant Serger, and this is a beginner serger, and it is a powerhouse. I use it all the time. This is the Euphoria cover stitch, and I love. This machine has changed my sewing life, literally. This is the Zeal. This is a beginner level sewing machine. And then this is my baby Soprano. This is the Baby Lock Soprano. And I absolutely love her. She just takes such good care of me. So there you go. I put a link in the description box for Baby Lock. So we are going to pick our next winner, and let me get out of here. Okay, who's it gonna be? Let's go and get our final winner. Let's find out who's gonna be. Who's it gonna be? Let's see. Congratulations, Cinta Pollard. I hope you are here. If you are, say I'm here. Let us know you're here in the chat, and reach out to me, Anita by Design, or contact at anitabydesign.com to claim your prize. Let's see, Cinta, is she here? We're waiting for you to show up, Cinta. Let us know you're here, and I will come back to the chat. And check after this closes out. But you guys, it has been amazing once again. Thank you so much for being here. I've had a blast, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it too. My goodness, you guys really showed up again. I am going to be having another one at the end of 3rd quarter, so in September. You guys get ready. If you are not subscribed to my beginner or my online community, my private email community, you want to get signed up, because that's how you get to participate in the questions and the the giveaways. You have to be a member of my private email community. So Alice or Cinta, are you here? Is Cinta here? Have you guys seen Cinta? Have you guys seen her? No? Okay, so I'll check back. I'll check back after the live, and if she's not here, then I'm going to pick another winner. But congratulations, you guys, or all of the winners. Thank you so much to my sponsors. You guys are amazing. Thank you for supporting me. This has been amazing. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being here. Can't wait for the next one. Bye.